Bradley, and we're working on Coffin exercises today. And I wanted to take a minute to talk you through walking the exercise, coming up with a plan of the exercise, and some distances and how you want to ride it according to which direction you're going to jump it. So I've got a very basic Coffin set up here. We have a vertical one stride, which I have set at 19 feet to my ditch, 10 feet, which is a bounce to a vertical out. So as you're planning your approach, you want to make sure that you have time on a big circle and a big area to get your horse going forward in an open gallop, and then make the transition to putting the gallop back together onto an 11-foot stride and a really bouncy show jumping canter. So the kind of canter where you're kicking and holding and kicking and holding and kicking and holding, and you've got a really strong horse in the contact coming to the first fence. You want to have your shoulders back, your seat in the saddle, and you want to be very determined and very accurate in the line that you walk and then the line that you ride, and make one thing follow the other just the same way. So we're back on our 11-foot stride. We're coming straight to our exercise, and I've got a tree limb, or in this case a jump, on the far side that I'm looking at. And I've lined up middle stripe to middle stripe, and very important idea is holding that straight line. So you're going to come in that aggressive show jumping exercise, ride the rhythm and the power and the energy of the canter right to the takeoff to the first fence. The takeoff in the perfect world is going to be a little bit snug to it, but if you end up on a little bit of a gappy distance, don't panic. Keep your shoulders back, support your horse with your leg and the contact, and keep a feel of his mouth off the ground. Then he'll jump in. You'll want to land, keeping your eyes up, his eyes up, be focused on that line and holding that line, and stay a little behind him in the motion that you're coming. So don't be ahead with your shoulders. If anything, make sure your shoulders are back and your foot's out a little bit in front of you. In the perfect world, you keep their eyes up and you both keep focused on that spot well out. But in some cases, horses look down at the ditches, and you've got to be careful to keep their eyes up once you feel that start to happen. So your shoulders have to be back in order to facilitate that. So keep their eyes up, stay behind them in the motion in case they put a little foot down. And then you come and you jump your ditch, land again with your shoulders back and your seat in the saddle, staying behind them, holding that line, and close your leg and don't take your leg off till you land and you're galloping away. Now, if we turn the exercise around and we come in bounce first, straight to our one stride going out, I've got a jump over there lined up. I'm going to hold my line too, and I'm going to ride it exactly the same way. The key jumping in when you jump the bounce first is to really make sure you don't let yourself lengthen to an open distance. You've got to ride the rhythm in the gallop, and you've got to keep the tempo the same coming to it. If you get to a slightly gappy distance, it's okay, but you must never, especially coming to a bounce, coming into a Coffin, allow your horse to lengthen and or speed up to a distance jumping in. The horse that I'm riding today, his name is In the Fog. He's a 9-year-old Dutch horse that has competed in a few prelims. He's a very brave horse. He is a horse that has a little bit of a tendency to take me to the fences. And so he has a little bit of a habit of lengthening stride, especially once his eye clicks in and he sees a distance. So it's really important when I'm jumping an exercise like this that I really insist on the rhythm and the consistency of the rhythm coming to that jump in especially. He has a tendency to want to take me and gradually lengthen and speed up. So it's a work in progress while we're developing our partnership to get committed to that idea.